Hey there, it's Sandy here. I'm popping on here just real quick. I started my live this morning and I told you about what I was going to be working on. I had a little setback, so I had planned on being here about an hour ago, but I made my artwork backwards. So when I'm working with the Icon Art stencil, it's important to put your artwork, when you print it out, you put it on the sheet backwards. So you put it on this sheet backwards. So that's your transparency sheet that goes onto here to expose. So anyways, I got my new artwork done and I'm ready to put it on my background. So here's my background. All I did was take a wood piece. This is 12 by 12. I painted it black. I put some white chalk paint over that so it slightly looks like it's a light chalkboardish background, maybe gray. And then before I put anything down on it, I would like take this sanding block and make sure it's fairly smooth. Just like if you're using a regular vinyl stencil. So wipe off the dust. So all I'm doing today for you is putting this down, and then I'll be finishing up the painting. So this is a carrier sheet, it's clear. And I'll explain how to make the stencils once I get started here. So I think what I'll do is just get it fairly even with the top here. And this is slightly sticky and reusable. So you just press it down. Looks like I've got it in the center pretty well. So I'm just gonna make sure it's pressed down. Now, what I like to use is my own mixture for chalk paste. I have this joint compound, and it is basically wall patch or joint compound. I get it at Lowe's. You can get a smaller container. I just happened to get this big one. I think the thing I like about this is it is not colored. There's some joint compound that's colors and it turns white once it dries. And I like this one because it's just kind of an off-white gray color. So what I did is, for this project, I got 3 different colors of my chalk paste mixed up. So as you can see, it's just a kind of a, I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a brownie batter. It's even brown. So I made up 3. I got aqua color, a bright pink, and a brown. So I'm making this sign for my crafting room. All I need is a little caffeine and a lot of crafting. Someday I'm gonna go ahead and make a tutorial on how I fit the word caffeine into the coffee cup shape. So I'm gonna make a tutorial on that, and that'll be a free video for you. So anybody out there watching, I see 3 people. If I don't know who you are, let me know where you're watching from. I see Kathy. Hi, I think you're in Atlanta, right? So I'm gonna do, I think I'm going to do the coffee cup caffeine word in the brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. So what I do here is I have some little cards that are cut up, and these are just the little cups that I got from You can buy these at Walmart or wherever. Just these little, I don't know, some people call them shot glass cups. So see how this smooths in there? Oh, this brown looks really nice. Kind of wanted it the color of coffee. So what's nice about mixing your own chalk paste is you can make any color you want. You don't have to go out and buy it. So if you can hear that, it's kind of squeegee. But what we have that noise coming from is this has the emulsion, and then on top of that has the mesh. So this is like a screen print. So I think that's the only part that I'm going to do in the brown. And then probably the rest of it I'll do every other color. So I'll start at the top. Okay, the next color I got is kind of this little aqua color here. I pre-mixed this before I went live today. So all I'm gonna do is just press this down into here on each line. So a little background story is I love this icon art stencil because I once had a screen print business. I would make the artwork and then produce t-shirts. And I had that business for about 5 years. And when I saw this icon art stencil kit, I thought, oh my gosh, this is just what I've been looking for to make reusable stencils. About 7 or 8 years ago, I guess it's 8 years ago now, we downsized. We sold our big house and we downsized to a small apartment because, you know, life happens, kids leave, and you don't need that big house anymore. And so I got rid of my, about 8 years ago, I guess I got rid of my, I'm gonna do this bottom part here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this in the same aqua. So I think I'll get real close on those little lines too. So I got rid of my screen print in business and sold it. So that was a weird story in and of itself. Somebody that I knew was interested in buying it. I didn't know him extremely well. And he agreed to buy it off of me for a certain price. I think it was around $1,500. And then he probably only paid me for about half of it. So, you know, actually all I got out of it was a write-off on my taxes, but I was really sad about all that. But anyways, you know, move on. So anyways, I'm going to try to get the rest of this off. So anyways, when I got this icon art screen stencil, reusable stencils, I thought, oh my gosh, these are perfect. Let's see, I'm going to try and get right in there on these little lines. These are little details. Should probably put my glasses on for that. Reading glasses are a necessity now. Okay. So anyways, we used to live in a big old house. We had a pool, we had a hot tub, and we have downsized, and now we live in a 2-bedroom apartment. So that is how it goes when you get older, right? Boy, was it a lot of work to downsize. Anybody else watching downsize recently? Kathy, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, I think your son moved away, didn't he? Boy, that's hard, isn't it? Man, hard when the kids move out, let me tell you. I think that I'm starting to adjust though, because I'm moving on, doing my own thing here. Okay, so there we go with the aqua color. So this and this will be pink. Got some pink here. So it actually wouldn't bother me a whole bunch if I mixed a little of the pink in there. Oh yeah, it's been 8 years since we moved to Dayton and I sold my screen print business. Yes, Kathy, that's what you were saying, but it's been 4 years since the kids moved out. Yes. 3 years, so yeah. Okay, so here we go, get the little cups and the rest of the words in pink. Oh boy, drag it across, you can hear it squishing. Squish it all in there. The great thing that I love about this, that I had problems with, I taught classes with, it wasn't the reusable stencil, but it was the vinyl. It was the 813 vinyl. It was, you know, you use it once and you throw it away. You stick it down, you use it once, you throw it away. That stuff was hard for a class to use simply because if you had any kind of uneven board or inexperienced user that tried to put a lot of paint into the stencil, then it bled and you didn't get a crisp, clean line. And with these stencils, you get a crisp, clean line almost every time. I'm sure it takes just a little bit of practice, but you almost can't mess it up. Sometimes if you use the wrong kind of paint, you will get a bit of a bleed because the paint would be too runny. That's why I like to mix up this paint myself. Or when I screen printed, I keep wanting to call it ink because it was ink, not paint, but this is actually chalk paint. It's a paste that I made. Okay, I think I've got it all finished, so we're about ready to expose. Hi, Nina. How are you? It's been a while. We've been seeing you joining on the lives. I'm like that. We should actually get together sometime, shouldn't we? Okay, so I think I've got everything done, so I'm ready to reveal it. So after this is complete, I'll take this back to my sink and wash it, and I can reuse it. Sweet, looky there. All I need is a little caffeine and a lot of crafting. All right, so the cool thing about this is I can reuse this stencil. So I'm gonna get this back to my sink, wash it out. So what do you think? You think you could do this? I think you could. It'd be pretty easy. If anybody has any questions, post them down below. If you enjoyed this little time together, give me a thumbs up or a like, and I'd really appreciate it if you shared it to your page so other people could see. But this is using my reusable icon art stencil. So, see you, Kathy. See you, Nina. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Kathy. Have a good one.